Hello and welcome to another one of DZD videos. Today we're going to be evaluating one of these inequalities, and what I'd like you to take note is that we have a power of x greater than 1. Anytime we have a less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to symbol with one of these powers of x's greater than 1, we have to use what's called sign analysis. And in sign analysis there's a group of steps that you have to do that refer to polynomials with a power of x greater than 1 and one of these inequalities. And the first thing we should do is make sure that this is a 0 before starting. If not, just combine whatever's here onto the left side and compare it to 0. And after that, we're going to find the cut points by just going off to the side, setting it equal to 0 and solving. Then we're going to plot on a number line using an open or closed dot, depending on whether there's an equal sign or not here. Here there's no equal sign, so it's just going to be an open dot. Then we're going to pick test points on either side of the cut point and plug it into this polynomial. I prefer the factored form. We don't care about the actual value, just whether it's positive or negative. Then after that, we're going to answer the question. In this case, we'll be looking for where is it greater than 0, which in math world would be plus signs or positives. So let's see this in action. So we're going to find our cut points by setting this equal to 0 and then factoring. And when we're factoring, we're finding out where it touches the x-axis. So in doing so, we should end up with this, whether you use factoring by grouping or you can just guess your way out of this one. It's pretty basic. And you're going to get x minus 6 equals to 0 and x plus 3 equal to 0 when you set them individually equal to 0. And then you get x equals 6 and x equals negative 3. These are your cut points that you plot on your number line. So when you're doing that, you end up with a number line that looks like this. Notice that we used open dots because there is no equal sign. I did this personally because I wanted to know where does it touch the x-axis. But for the question, there was no equality, so we used open dots. This means that you cannot include them in your interval notation answer. And they will be using parentheses as well. So we're going to pick test points on either side of these cut points here. So you can pick negative 10, negative 5, whatever. Anything to the left is going to give you the same answer. They all behave the same to the left of this intercept. And then here in between you can pick 0 is a nice easy number, and then 10 to the right. Okay? You can pick other numbers if you want. We're going to end up with the same answer if we did things correctly. So now, once we find our test points, we plot again. And this time we're going to put some pluses and minus signs to indicate what the test numbers are going to do. So if you do this correctly, you'll see that this is what you get. Now let's confirm. Negative 10, if I plug it into the factored form, I can see negative 10 minus 6 is a negative number. Negative 10 plus 3 is also a negative number. So two negative numbers multiplied together gave me this positive. Plugging in 0. This is negative 6, positive 3. It's going to be a negative 18. Again, it doesn't matter that it's 18, just that it's negative. So I indicate that with minus signs. And then plug in 10, you'll see that both of these are positive, giving you a positive product. So what was this question asking me for? Well, this question originally, if you remember, was asking me about greater than 0. If we go up to the very top, this was saying, where is this function greater than 0? Well, that would be indicated by the plus signs. We would start far left, the smallest number in the world, negative infinity, and then read it left to right like a sentence, and we would stop being positive right here at this cut point of negative 3, and then pick back up at 6, and then go to the right to positive infinity. All right? So if we were to do that in interval notation, it would look something like this. You could never have infinite values included, so they always get parentheses. And then negative 3 and 6 both get parentheses because they're open dots and there was no equality in the original question. It was greater than 0. All right, I hope I've introduced sign analysis thoroughly enough to you that you understand it and won't panic when you see one of these. Remember, power of x is greater than 1 and an inequality. Check out the intermediate video where we do one of the other scenarios in which you use sign analysis where that's a fraction and an inequality. As always, the key to learning this stuff is practicing as much as you can. Frequent sessions, short durations, not cram sessions. Those never work. Thanks for watching and have a great day.